Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. The Indian Science Congress ISC, its 107th edition is underway in Bengaluru, has served as a reminder of the status accorded to science and technology in the early years of the Indian Republic. Though the formation of the Congress predates the Indian Republic, it was the intellectual nursery of modern science in the country. Early ideas of how science and technology could aid the development of the new nation were incubated at this coming together of scientists. It is for this reason that the Congress, normally held in the first week of January, is inaugurated by the Prime Minister. The years since have seen the nature of the Congress change from one where scientists in the era of postal communication congregated to exchange scientific ideas to one today where it has become a science mela. The prime purpose of the ISC now is to draw school and science college students to hear Nobel laureates and Indian origin scientists from abroad to lecture about their work and the future prospects of science. The other draws are science projects and innovations by school children and stalls showcasing scientific work being done in key national laboratories and institutions. But there is an unmistakable decay, a choreographed anew that has set in. In recent years, the Congress often makes news for becoming a forum for pseudoscience and less for interesting scientific ideas or demonstrations. Speakers, some holding distinguished positions in leading universities, have tended to mix mythology and science and publicize far-fetched assertions that the Kauravas were born from stem cell technology and the Vedas discussed avionics. While this has eroded the Congress public image, the government itself does not seem too keen to vitalize it. The exhibits at several scientific laboratories are reruns from old congresses or from similar and past science fairs. Many laboratories showcase their work as posters rather than actually showing demonstrations or working inventions. Several luminaries of India's science establishments, the principal scientific advisor, secretaries from several ministries, the chiefs of major organizations such as ISRO or the Department of Atomic Energy, who have been fixtures or have at least had their organization present a dedicated talk or session, were absent this year. It is inevitable that traditions change over time and the relative importance accorded to institutions wax and wane. However, this must make way for inspiring new ideas or new models of taking science to the public. A rising trend in science displays at museums or exhibitions in many places is to mix science and art as well as make interactive displays that encourage audience engagement. A rebirth and not a creeping requiem is what the Congress needs. The only surprise in the December 2019 elections to rural local bodies in Tamil Nadu was that there was no surprise. Held after 8 years, the polls, which were due in October 2016, were relatively peaceful with around 77% of voters, nearly 2 crore people, exercising their franchise in 27 of 36 districts to elect their representatives for village panchayats. panchayat unions and district panchayats. The results reaffirmed that much of the state's political space continues to remain with the DMK and the ruling AIADMK. Some churn was thought possible in the light of the debate on the perceived vacuum in political leadership in the state. The DMK-led front, it won 38 of the 39 Lok Sabha seats last year, has retained its lead over its arch rival with a higher tally of wards in panchayat unions and district panchayats, the elections to which are on political lines. However, the fact that the AIADMK, an important ally of the Bharatiya Janata Party, has been able to bridge some of the gap with the DMK was also in keeping with the results in the assembly by-elections in October last. Clearly, both parties have reasons to believe that their prospects in the 2021 assembly polls are good, though the ruling party appears to have regained much of its support base lost during the parliamentary polls, that being the first state-wide electoral contest in the last 7 months, the reality that it finished behind its key adversary in the overall tally of the local bodies' wards is a situation that will not be to the liking of its leadership. The perception is that the AIADMK is traditionally stronger in the rural areas. Finally, political mobilization against the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 is believed to be a factor that influenced voters against the ruling party. The State Election Commission (SEC), which conducted itself reasonably well, and new measures such as the use of flying squads and closed-circuit television sets should stick to its plan of holding the polls to urban local bodies, including the Greater Chennai Corporation, and abide by the Supreme Court's direction of completing the poll process for rural local bodies in the remaining 9 districts within 3 months. It should note that the reason behind the court granting more time is for carrying out fresh delimitation of wards in 5 new districts. The panel should also ensure that the poll process is always fair and credible. It would be in the fitness of things for the state government to assist the SEC in ensuring the early completion of the next round of polls. Any delay will not reflect well on the SEC and the ruling party. For the AIADMK, it will be an occasion for course correction. For the DMK, the message is that it cannot be complacent. It is the frontrunner, but the AIADMK is regaining momentum.